Hello and welcome to the 27th episode of MrHTMLTeacher. In today's episode I'm going to be going over the basics of CSS once again. As I know, I did post up a video yesterday of the introduction to CSS, but I remembered about a booklet I printed off from CSSBasics.com that shows start to finish in CSS, and that shows you in more detail what CSS is. So let's get started with it. Chapter 1, Introduction to CSS. A CSS file allows you to separate your website's XHTML or HTML content from its style. As always, you use your XHTML or HTML file to arrange the content, but all of the presentation, being fonts, colors, background, borders, text formatting, link effects, etc., are accomplished within a CSS document. At this point, you have some choices of how to use the CSS, either internally or externally. Internal style sheets. First, we will explore the internal method. This way you are simply placing the CSS code within the head tags, which would be HTML, head, title, etc., where you have to place it in within that. So, this way you are simply placing the CSS code within the head tags of each HTML, XHTML file you want to start with the CSS. The format of this is shown in the clip coming up next. So let's get started with the example of it. First I'm going to open up my new text document and just simply begin typing. So as I said, you use HTML head, put your title in, and then I'm just going to close it because I'm not going to have a title, because I'm not saving it as a HTML document just yet. And then once that is done, you then do a line underneath, and instead of going straight to your body, you put style, then type equals text / CSS, like that. Then within here, this is where your content goes. So CSS content here. Then you close the style, and then close the head tag, and then you open up your body tag where you want everything to go. So there is alignment within your head tags, as I said. I'm going to continue reading the rest of the internal on this part, and while enlarging in this, I'll enlarge this for you can see it easier. There you go. That is the way you would put it in, just putting it in tags. So your CSS content will go in here, and that is how you open up the style tags. With this method, each XHTML or HTML file contains CSS code needed to style the page, meaning that any changes you want to make to one page will have to be made to all. This method can be good if you need to style only one page, or if you want different pages to have varying styles. Now we're going to move on to external style sheets, and I'll read out the paragraph in the next clip coming up. So now we're moving on to external style sheets, and I'm going to read through the paragraph of external style sheets, then give you the example of where to insert it in the next clip. Next we will explore the internal method. An internal CSS file can be created with any text or HTML editor such as Notepad or Dreamweaver. A CSS file contains no XHTML, only CSS. You simply save it with the .css file extension. You can link to the file externally by placing one of the following links in the head section of every XHTML file you want to style with the CSS file. Now I'm going to show you the clip, or now I'm going to show you the example of how you do that. So here's the example of external style sheet. Instead of having style type text CSS, we take this away and simply put link rel style sheet, then type text / CSS as before, then href, and then whatever you've called it, or wherever it's located, like so. So we forget our content being there and we take that away. So our CSS document is now there, so we would simply have a CSS document. That'll come up in the next few tutorials. Well, that is how you do the external style sheet. The external style sheet meaning outside of the HTML document or XHTML document, and internal meaning the style and all that within the document, with a big long list of your body tag, your paragraph, etc. Now I'm going to move on to you can also use the @import method, as I will show in the next clip, and I'll also read a few bits about it after that. Now we move on to the @import method. Now I'm going to open up the same text document once again, and I'm going to get rid of this, and we're going to type in style type text CSS /CSS, and then close it up as I did. Then we're going to press shift and then get our @ sign. By simply shift, then the apostrophe, by pressing shift will give you the @ sign. Then put in import URL, and in brackets we put the path to it. So path to the style sheet, so we'll just put path to style sheet .css and close it up like that. Then we close our style tag. Either of these methods are achieved by placing one or the other in the head section as shown in the example that I've done. Now I'm going to show you another way of doing it. Well, actually it's pretty much the same, but it's a little bit different. It's the way you use in external and linking it via style sheet, as already shown before. So the external ways you can use it is via the example that is shown in the clip now, or the example shown in the previous clip. They're the both same ones. Now I'm going to continue on reading with the paragraph in the upcoming clip. So as we come to the end of the clip, I'm going to read through the last paragraph and a few reasons why it's easier to use CSS than just HTML. By using an external style sheet, all of your XHTML files or HTML files link to one CSS file in order to style the pages. This means that if you need to alter the design of all your pages, you only need to edit one .css file to make global changes to your entire website. Here's a few reasons why it's better to use CSS than HTML or XHTML. Easier to maintain, reduce file size, reduce bandwidth, and improve flexibility. Are you getting the idea of the whole CSS thing? If you are, through what I've taught you in this the 3 clips I've showed you, please comment below, and I'll see you in the next clip of CSS. Thanks for watching.